When we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
Hello world, this is Miss Kitty Reed, and today on Amish Book Club we will be discussing Secrets of the Amish Diary by Rachel Phillips. I would love to hear what everyone thought about this book in the comments section. My assistant today is Kirsten Larson. She's an American Girl doll, a historical character who left Sweden to immigrate to America in 1854. Anyway, Secrets of the Amish Diary was published in 2016. It is the first in the Amish Inn Mysteries series published by the company Annie's. The protagonist is Liz Eckhart, who left her life as a lawyer in Boston to operate the Old Mansion Inn in Pleasant Creek, Indiana. She gets the inn up and running with the help of Sarah, her 18-year-old Amish maid. Two women, Mary Ann and Sadie, burst in and set up shop, saying that So Welcome, their quilt and sewing shop, has always been a part of the Old Mansion Inn. Liz has no choice but to accept them and their core group of sewing enthusiasts, called the Material Girls. Liz also hires a teenage girl named Kiera as the gardener. Liz's first guests are a group of quilters, a librarian named Emily, and Clarence Peabody. Mr. Peabody is rude and unpleasant, complaining about everything, particularly the Amish. Mr. Peabody goes out one day and does not return. He was murdered and dumped in the lake. The police question everyone at the inn, but soon arrest a young Amish man named Isaac, who is courting Sarah. Liz had recently befriended Isaac's mother Miriam when they met at So Welcome. Liz is convinced that Isaac is not the murderer and resolves to discover the true killer. Throughout all this, Liz ponders her recently deceased mother's diary. Liz only learned after her mother died that she ran away from life as a Pleasant Creek Amish girl many years ago. Part of the reason Liz is in Pleasant Creek is to find her family. Liz has her mother's baby quilt to comfort her. She wonders about her mother's frequent references to stars as metaphors for things in her life and wants to solve that mystery too. Liz decides to do some detective work. She learns that Mr. Peabody had a construction company that went bankrupt. Liz visits Isaac in jail, who tells her he did not regret killing Mr. Peabody because he made advances towards Sarah. Liz believes Isaac is protecting someone. She is determined to find out the truth. Isaac's arrest and subsequent shunning have deeply disturbed Liz's new friend Miriam. Liz meets with Mr. Peabody's brother, who tells her that their company went bankrupt because of a bad business deal regarding the upscale housing project, Countryside Commons. Mr. Peabody partnered with Midwest Construction and their Amish foreman. Liz discovers that Countryside Commons is located on land that required major environmental cleanup. Mr. Peabody paid for cleanup, and then Midwest Services abandoned the project, leaving him responsible for all charges and therefore bankrupt. Then Midwest Services bought the newly cleaned land so they could make a profit. Liz drives to Chicago and finds Midwest Services' address to be an empty warehouse. She finds evidence to suspect Richard Clayton, the owner of Midwest Services, is running several front companies around the country. At home, Liz receives a threatening note and her mother's quilt is slashed. Liz suspects Pleasant Creek Amish foreman and pillar of the community Simeon Graber of the fraud and murder. Original guest Emily returns to the inn. Kiera, who overheard Emily mention that she was going to a different city than what she told Liz, goes missing. Liz calls the library Emily works at and discovers that Emily is using a false name. Liz and Sadie drive to Simeon's farm. They search the many barns and find Kiera tied up. Liz overhears Emily yelling at Simeon. Emily killed Mr. Peabody because he was about to expose Simeon as a fraud. Although Emily planned to frame Simeon for the murder, Isaac happened to witness the crime. Emily threatened to kill Sarah if Isaac did not dump the body. Liz and Sadie fight Emily in the barn. Just as Emily is about to shoot Liz, Mary Ann bursts in with a gun. Liz and Sadie are saved and Kiera is rescued. Emily's real name is Jennifer Clayton. She's been using her father with dementia to sign documents while she carried out frauds in multiple states. The star Liz's mother referenced in her diary is a star-shaped birthmark on Simeon's forehead. Liz's mother was preparing to marry Simeon when she realized that he was a con man. He threatened to kill her family, so she ran away. At the end of the book, all is right once again. Emily and Simeon are in jail. Liz forgives Simeon. Isaac is freed and marries Sarah. The inn is successful, and Liz feels love and acceptance from both the material girls and the Amish family members she finally met. The end. This book is so boring. I know the summary might have sounded interesting, but do not be fooled. This plot dragged out in the least interesting way possible. Now, I'm used to Amish romance, where baking a pie can constitute a detailed scene. The only time I was engaged was when Liz and Sadie went to find Kiera and fought Emily. Then it went right back to boring. I admit I might not be the best judge of this book and if it is truly boring. This book is a cozy mystery and not Amish romance. A cozy mystery is a mystery novel without the dark, edgy side. They usually have a cute theme or setting, no gory details, and happy endings. Cozy mysteries are not thrillers that leave you on the edge of your seat, but rather are meant to satisfy your detective instinct while curled up on the couch with a blanket and hot cocoa. I am no expert on cozy mysteries. Perhaps fans of that genre may have an opposing view to mine. This series has 23 subsequent books, so perhaps like many television pilot episodes, the first book flops while the rest of the series is great. But this book is Amish fiction, or at least it claims to be, so I will continue my critiques. As an Amish fiction fan, I was very disappointed by this book. It wasn't really about the Amish. The main character isn't Amish, the setting isn't Amish, we don't get the point of view of any Amish character. The Amish aspect feels grafted onto the series to give it a unique gimmick that will appeal to the Amish fiction fan base. Yes, Liz's mother was Amish, but most of the book is spent on the murder, not on the Amish. The parts where Liz reads the diary felt like they were shoved in after the author remembered what the title of the book was. It did not help that the diary scenes were the most boring parts of an already boring book. So, yes, the Amish are in this book, but I wouldn't consider this Amish fiction. This book's fatal flaw is the lack of characterization. I did not include descriptions of the characters at the beginning of this video, partly because this is the first book in a long series and we are meant to meet the characters as Liz does, but also because I didn't know what to say. None of the main characters had any identifiable personality traits. None of them had any varied interest or speaking patterns. They all seemed like one person with different names. While I don't like fictional mysteries all that much, I have found myself drawn into detective shows for the characters. I could not care less about the murder of the week, but if there is even one recurring character I can latch onto, I will keep watching. Unfortunately, there is no such character here, especially not one that will last me through 23 more books of this series. The best parts of this book were amusing anecdotes featuring guests of the inn. The little stories were so cute and funny. I also enjoyed descriptions of decorating different rooms in the inn. If this book was just short stories of the quirky guests of the Old Mansion Inn, I would have loved it. I think this book is ready for adaptation to Hallmark movies and mysteries. This is the kind of story and plot that would fit well with the type of mysteries Hallmark features, and film might be a better medium for this story. I will give this book a 3 out of 7. This book was very forgettable, but the writing wasn't terrible. All I can say is, eh. Next time on Amish Book Club, we will be starting Christmas in July. On that note, our next book will be Her Amish Christmas Gift by Rebecca Kurtz. Please check with your local library to see if they have it on the shelves. If not, I'm sure they will be happy to get it for you through interlibrary loan. This book is also available as a free, safe ebook download from a website called Z Library. Kirsten would like to remind all of you out there on the information superhighway to share your opinions in the comments. If you are a cozy mystery fan, I'd love to hear your perspective on this book. This has been Amish Book Club with Miss Kitty Reed. This is Miss Kitty Reed and Kirsten signing off. See you later in Amish Book Club.